Okay, so currently the engine's turned off, and up here you have the power cable and then a cable that goes to the camera in the back, which I'll show you how I mounted that, and you can go ahead and show the back here. You'll notice the cable's still there. Obviously it doesn't look clean. I need to route it through the top or the bottom of the truck. I just wanted to demonstrate where it's being fed. So for placing the camera, I basically just took off this light, fed the wire behind it, and then I have a piece of tape holding it to the back here. And then you'll notice I just reached up behind, grabbed the wire, brought it through here, and then I'm gonna feed this along the side, come down, or maybe along the top, and then go all the way to the front. But it's gonna be hidden somewhere in the top here. And there's also a third thing hooked up here. It's the GPS. So the GPS, I'll show you why you need that. It basically just shows you the how fast you're going, as well as it enhances a few other settings on the monitor. Anyway, right now it's currently being powered from here, the cigarette lighter. You'll want to buy a separate cable to where you can hook it directly to, it's either the battery or the fuse box. I have not installed that yet, but I will in the near future. I just wanted to demonstrate what my thoughts were about the monitor. But let me go ahead and start the engine. Also, one other thing I wanted to mention is make sure your cigarette lighters are turning off with the ignition, because if they stay on all the time, this is going to drain your battery. So up here you'll notice this is what the screen looks like. It's a 4K resolution. I can actually adjust the angle, which is awesome, because if I have a trailer full of stuff, oh yeah, you can also switch the camera, by the way. You just have to swipe. Split screen, but I don't know why you'd want to see through the front. Anyway, this is what it looks like in the back. Just adjust the angle however you want it. It's great because you get a slightly higher view of what's in the back of the pickup, but also what's in the back of the trailer. Also, it's great at night. So anyway, you'll notice over here on the left of the screen, it's showing 0 miles per hour. That's why the GPS is important. It shows you if you're going north, west, east, south, how fast you're going. And you also have the recording at the top left. It does 1 minute intervals. You can also change that in the settings if you want to do 2 to 3 minute intervals. And this is great for, let's say, if there was an accident, if someone ran into you, if you ran into someone else, you're able to show proof of exactly what happened. Another thing I want to show you here is if you press, you can stop the recording. You can do screenshots. You can mute the audio, because most of the time it just records conversations that are going inside the truck. You can check out previous video. You can adjust the brightness. And here, let me stop the recording again. You go to the settings. You have a ton of different things you can play around with. The resolution, I just keep it on 4K. Reversing line. So, if you need something to guide you while you're reversing, you can play around with that. You can flip the mirror, upside down image. The language, screensaver, G-sensor sensitivity. I have not played around with that yet. I'm not sure exactly what that does. Volume setting, to be honest with you, it's kind of annoying, so we're going to turn that off. Flicker, I honestly haven't seen a huge difference with this. Feel free to play around with it. GPS information, I have no idea what that means. Anyway, clock settings, I'll play around with that later. Time style, if you want to do 24-hour time versus 12. Time zone, daylight savings time. Speed unit, so kilometers versus miles per hour. Speed compensation, not really sure what that's related to. I'll have to come back to that. Overspeed reminder, this is pretty good because if I exceed past, let's say 85 miles an hour, it will start to beep aggressively to tell me to slow down. So I tend to have a heavy foot, so that's kind of nice to have. Default booting display, honestly I haven't played with that. So I think it's just when you first turn on the engine and it shows the logo, it can switch up whatever's shown there. Reset setup, product information, help center. You have a ton of different options to play around with here. But so far, what I'm gonna do, since I've only been playing around with this for a couple weeks, I wanted to show you a demonstration of what this looks like live. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the hardware store and you'll be able to see what it looks like. So one other thing I wanted to mention, and this is kind of a con, but I don't notice it too often. It just kind of depends on the angle of the sun that's coming into the truck. The reflection on the glass can be pretty bad. Sometimes it can be hard to see what's on the monitor. Kind of just depends on the time of day. I would say a majority of the time it does a good job where you can see what's going on, but once in a while it can be a little hard to see. And I already missed my turn. Let me turn around.